My name is Herbert Lowe. I'm a professional in residence in the Diedrich College of Communication at Marquette University. It was supposed to be primary day, and I was going to cover everything that had to do with that wasn't on involving the primary. I got a call in the morning from an assistant city editor that told me basically to look at what was on TV. This is about 8:40, about almost 9 o'clock, and by then one plane had crashed into the World Trade Center. I could see that everyone was concerned, and I wasn't up out of the train station for a few moments before all hell broke loose. I later found out that that was when the first tower fell. So it was pandemonium, panic. I didn't really know what was going to happen. I really remember thinking that I was going to die at that moment. Everybody was going toward the East River except me. I was going toward the Trade Center, and it just struck me that this was journalism, because journalists go and cover where others run for cover. I'll never forget the day. I mean, walking around in ash, seeing broken windows, like not so much a war zone, it was beyond a war zone. It was more like a movie, sci-fi movie, because it just really seemed like everything had been devastated. When I first got there, I saw one of the first, well, I believe one of the first bodies carried out. It was the first time I'd ever really seen a body carried out, even though I had been in the business for a couple of years. So that was interesting. Certainly a day I'll never forget. And I remember it was a long day, and I'd always wanted to walk across the Brooklyn Bridge, and I did it that night because you couldn't get across the East River otherwise. And I hope that answers your question. These were the shoes that I was wearing that day. You can see the ash that is still on it. I would say by 1 or 2 o'clock, the Red Cross and other disaster folks were down there. And I remember, I assume, a Red Cross nurse hollering at me, wondering why I didn't have a mask. I mean, there was so much smoke, so much in the air that didn't belong there, that she insisted that I put on a mask. So after that day, I preserved and kept the shoes, the mask, the shirt, and the pants I had on that day. I just kind of brought those as a memento for my office and for my students to have a sense of what it was I did in my career.